So we got the spoilers for chapter 70 of Boruto earlier today, in which we have Kawaki using one of Ishiki's abilities in a certain form that he should not be able to use it in. So we're gonna get into that later on in the video, of course. We also have Delta and Shikamaru going at it. We have a very interesting power scaling feat there that is not going over well on Twitter, well at least for the Delta stand, so I'm very much enjoying this. We also have Code finally removing the limiters, and he's going into this Super Saiyan-esque form that looks very similar to Gojo's 6th eye in Jujutsu Kaisen. So I don't know, I think something's very interesting with how his form looks when he's in full power. He looks nothing like Ishiki, but let's save that for later on in the video when you get to that point in the spoilers. Now this video should have been out from this morning, but I had some issues with the mic, so the mic decided to die on the day that Boruto spoilers came out, which is very interesting, I must say. But yeah, I'm using the computer mic, so it might sound a little bit off, it might sound awful. I have no idea how this is going to sound, so I'm gonna record it, upload it, so you guys know that if it sounds awful, that's why. So I'm gonna get a new mic eventually, but yeah, we're gonna have to work with this one today. So as we normally do, we're gonna start with the title of the chapter and also the cover art that has Amado sitting on a chair. It looks pretty simple, to be honest. I don't know, they could have done better. And Amado looks very weird, especially down to his lower half. I don't know, the leg half just looks very distorted. It looks kinda like the anatomy is off, but maybe that's just me. But the title of the chapter is From the Bottom of One's Heart, or From the Bottom of My Heart. So I don't know if that's the title, the both of them, or it could be that he's just saying that it's one of the two. So I guess more than likely it's one of the two and not both. That makes more sense. But yeah, now the spoilers weren't really released in order, so maybe this might be off when it comes to the sequence of events, but I think what it starts with is Kawaki and Sumire having a very interesting conversation. So basically what Abdul says here is that Kawaki is awake and talks to Sumire about needing his karma to protect Lord Hokage, or Lord 7th, Naruto of course. So they're having the same conversation again about Naruto being obsessed basically, so they're really leaning into that point in this chapter as well. So we'll see how that plays out in later chapters, but yeah, that's basically what's happening here. And the reason why I say this is where it starts off is because we have later like posts that came before this spoiler that had Kawaki flying into battle, so obviously this would come before that part of the chapter. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if I'm gonna post the entire panels because the last time I did that with JJK I got a copyright strike. That was about 2 weeks ago, so I'm gonna chill on the panels basically because I don't want to get a second one, but I'm gonna post the tweet itself that would limit the view of the panels itself, but you guys can understand why I'm doing that. So here it says that Ada has her eye active, so she tells Ko that Kawaki is coming, therefore they have to retreat quickly. So she has her Senringan active and she's seen that Kawaki is flying towards them or running or whatever he's doing. And we see that Kawaki has Ishiki's dojutsu active in his left eye. So keep that in mind because we're going to get to something very interesting later on in the chapter. So I don't know if it's an error, but we're going to discuss it when we get there. Then he says that the villains retreat with Amado. Shikamaru makes a last effort to stop Ada, but it's useless. So Shikamaru is still trying to fight Ada's compulsion. So we see in the panels here that Shikamaru is using his shadow paralysis jutsu to hold on to Ada and Code. So he's still trying to do that even though he knows that it's not really gonna work. So he's just trying to like delay them as much as possible until the help gets there. But I don't think that's the case since he explicitly told Ino to kinda delay Naruto and Sasuke as much as possible. So he doesn't want them to get there quickly because he knows that Ada's ability would work on them. So he's trying to delay them from getting access to the room. So it'd be kinda weird if he's waiting on them to arrive and then we didn't get any indication that he told Ino to change the password to the door so that they could come in. So I don't know, maybe it's just being a typical shonen character. Maybe that's his ninja way or some shit, I don't know. Then he says just before retreating, Ada manipulates Delta and makes her attack Shikamaru. Delta is in love. So she's basically still under the effects of Ada's abilities, so there might be a time limit as I've seen some other creators theorize, but I don't know, I don't think this chapter indicated that, but it's still possible. Then we have Kawaki arriving on the battlefield. Now I should save this part for the chapter review when we really get into it, but I think we can go over it right now like briefly. So this part is pretty interesting to me because if you zoom in on Kawaki, he doesn't have Ishiki's dojutsu active, right? And we see him using Sukuna Hikona, which is the ability to shrink and enlarge his body at will. So this is kind of weird because he shouldn't be able to use that ability in base, especially since he doesn't have the karma active. So he's not using karma, he doesn't have the dojutsu, but he's using the abilities. Now the weird thing about this is in the prior panels that we got, we see that Kawaki did have Ishiki's dojutsu active active when he was running towards the battlefield. He did have it active at that point. So it's kind of weird that he doesn't have it right now when he just used the ability. Now this could be a drawing error because they could have simply forgotten to draw the eye, but it's kind of a stretch to think that since he's literally using the ability and he just had the dojutsu active. So that would be like a massive oversight for you to draw him using the ability at this point in time, but forget to put the means in which he's able to use this ability. So it's kind of weird. Unless they're implying that Kawaki can in fact use Ishiki's dojutsu abilities in base, which would be kind of interesting since we know that they can't access the Otsutsuki's power in base, they have to activate Karma. Now I would understand this more if he had the Karma active, because then you could say that he could use the Karma abilities or the dojutsu abilities through Karma without activating the dojutsu itself. Even that in and of itself is a stretch, but I would understand that more than him using it in base without activating the dojutsu. That would be like using the Sharingan without activating the Sharingan, using the Rinnegan abilities without the Rinnegan. It's kind of weird. So I don't know, I think it's probably a drawing error, probably. And then of course you could use Jigen as an example, that Jigen used the abilities while he was in base, so Kawaki should be able to do the same thing. But the difference with Jigen is that Ishiki existed in Jigen's brain. He was physically there, he was still alive. So that's a difference there. Jigen had a body and the dojutsu active in his brain, so he could use his dojutsu through Jigen's body. That could be theorized. So that's the difference between Kawaki and Jigen, you know? So I don't know, maybe they can use it in base and that's just like a coincidence. So I guess we'll learn more on that later on in the chapter, or maybe in later chapters, who knows. Then we have Code carrying Amado to his hideout where he meets Damon and Bug, and Amado removes Code's limiters. So Code's limiters are removed, he's now full power Code. Now this is pretty weird to me, right? Because if Amado is the good guy, as people have theorized, oh, he's just doing things to gain something and he's doing bad things to do it, and there's something that he needs to accomplish, and if Code gets his limiters removed, that's going to be a big problem. Why would he give him that opportunity? And he knows that Code is going to kill him anyway. Amado isn't an idiot. He knows that the moment he gives Code what he wants, Code is gonna kill him. He knows that Ada probably wants to kill him because it looks like she always wanted to, so why would he just do it just to get killed afterwards? That's pretty like stupid for him to do. Because if he was like a good guy, he wasn't really a bad guy, because apparently Naruto doesn't have like real villains. So why would he do something so foolish and put the world in jeopardy? Like, why would he do that? It just doesn't make sense. So I don't know, I still don't believe Amado and his motives, and I just want to see how this plays out. This is probably a part of his plan, who knows. We then got some panels of Code at full power. His hair is basically standing up, and he has this sixth eye like ability, like his eyes turned into Gojo's eyes from Jujutsu Kaisen. So I don't know, maybe he has new abilities. I don't think he should, because he doesn't have Ishiki's abilities, he doesn't have Ishiki's DNA, he's just Code. He doesn't have Otsutsuki DNA, right? His karma just gives him power. So if Code gains new abilities, that would be kind of foolish, because his karma doesn't give him abilities, it doesn't give him DNA, it just gives him pure power, as in chakra power. That's all it does, it just powers up his innate abilities. So I don't know, he probably gets new abilities because you know this is Boruto, so anything's possible. But yeah, he looks pretty cool, and I hear someone saying that he has white hair because someone did a translation, so that would be pretty cool to see how that looks when it gets animated. But yeah, his hair is standing up. I don't know if that's permanent. It could be because he just transformed, so the wind that is going on there and the smoke and whatever, that's what's causing his hair to stand up. It's not gonna stay that way. It would be pretty cool if his hair does stay that way, because he does look pretty cool, but I doubt it, because I don't think they want to animate Code with his hair standing up like that, so I doubt they're gonna do it. But I don't know, that's all the spoilers we got. We did get some more panels, but as I said, I don't want to post them here to get copyright strike. I think they're more lenient when you do like chapter reviews, because again, the chapters are already out, so it's not really a leak. So I think they're more lenient when it comes to that shit, but like leaks and so on, when you post those things, you might get copyright strike. I never got a copyright strike for a Boruto video, but I did get one for JJK. I don't want to risk it again, because that would be a second strike and that would not be good. So I'm not going to post these raw scans. I did post some in the tweets themselves, but I'm just banking on the fact that, you know, they're in like the tweets and they're very small, so they might not strike the video for it, so I hope not. But yeah, these are all the spoilers. I think this chapter is shaping up to be a very fire chapter. It's going to be pretty good. Hopefully I get this mic thing sorted out before the chapter itself comes out. I think it's going to come out on the 19th or the 20th. probably one of the 2 days. So yeah, hopefully my thing gets sorted out by then, and then we can have a proper video, because I don't think this is gonna sound too good. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you guys think about these reveals or spoilers or whatever? And yeah, we can have a discussion before the chapter comes out. So yeah, if you guys like the video, drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. And you might see some videos popping up on the screen right now in the end cards. I have the Naruto versus Sasuke video that I spent a very long time working on. You guys can go watch it, give it some support. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And yeah, that should be all for now. Peace out.